I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. I hit go live. That should probably fix it in a second. All right, everyone, welcome back to another exciting day in the painting realms. How are you doing, Bill?
I'm doing great. How are
Good.
you?
This doesn't sound like something we did seconds ago.
No, definitely
Not at
not.
all. Okay, cool.
Look at that, it's live. I never would have guessed.
Good catch. Yeah. Well, I am
We've
painting.
just been. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. We have been chatting about how excited I am for the Sons of Elmorn and how I
Yep.
got one of them done. Very happy with him.
Very
And
nice.
you're
Yes.
finishing up
Yes,
that unit
indeed.
of Varangard.
I am indeed.
Will that be the
Because
first finished unit,
new
or
book. No, this would be the second.
excellent?
So,
Yeah.
we're getting there. We're getting
So
there.
you're set, unless you want to run like the multiple ways to make them battle line.
I don't know if I want another unit of Vanguard. We'll see.
Yeah.
Although that would be interesting to run them as 9.
Oh yeah.
Is that interesting? I don't know if that's interesting.
It's
Maybe
harder
that's
to kill
interesting.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with a 4 up rally.
Yeah.
It's like, oops, I'm back. But then again, if you're spending a turn not doing anything with them, that's probably bad.
Yeah.
Although it could be your opponent's turn, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know what my biggest reason to not get more than 6 Vanguard is in that book?
$100.
That's a big one. But my reason was gonna be is because fucking Black Knight or Chaos Knights, they fuck. They
They're
seem
pretty good.
they seem awesome. Yeah. On the
Well, I have
charge.
plenty of them too, so
Yep. So you don't need them. You don't need 9 Vanguard.
good.
But maybe one day. When you're
Maybe
like, I
one day.
miss painting those Varangard. And they'll be good enough, yeah.
God, I'm still trying to figure out what color to do
Hmm.
the head. I think I want to do Rakarth flesh, but I just need to find it now.
Oh, okay, like an
It's here
actual
somewhere.
human head or helmet.
Yeah, the human head. Well,
Okay.
human-ish.
Yep. There used to be a human head.
Yeah, there we go.
There
I
we
got
go.
it.
Yep.
I got it.
Oh man, this under the cloak bone's gonna be hard to get. But yeah, so we did a little meetup and you got to play some of the old slaves book for a last hurrah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, with the host of the Ever Chosen, the 4 up in the cup nonsense.
Oh my goodness, it was
Yeah.
great.
Well, I guess it's not nonsense because it's hilarious and fun, but it's
It's
gone.
nonsense to everybody except me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I had a tough game against Night Haunt where I would have tabled the Night Haunt player given enough time, but they won on points pretty easily.
Yeah,
Um they attacked like 80 times into Archeon and did 1 damage.
yeah.
So that was cool. Yep.
I've been hearing
That's
like
the thing.
reviews from like the slaves book, and people are like, "Oh, wow, Archeon's finally usable." Like, I don't know, man. If like
I
that's the way I would put it.
I don't
Like he,
So, I mean, I might be missing something, but after that game, I absolutely destroyed the next 2 people.
yeah.
So, I don't know.
It sounds like you're gaining something rather. I don't know. It's just like you have like 20 wounds, the 2 up re-rolling ones, and like a 4 up ward to mortals. Like I don't know what you do to move him. Oh, just play around
Yeah,
him. All right, but I'm fast,
yeah, he is fast.
and I have perfect knowledge of the turn order.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I don't know. It worked out pretty great for
maybe
me.
he's
So.
only good in Ever Chosen currently.
Yeah, maybe like people don't want to play Everchosen for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Seemed pretty okay to me.
Yeah, but now,
It
we
was it
got
was
a
it was
brand new
normal.
rule for Ever
Yep.
Chosen
Yep.
that's equally but
Or
differently allegedly problematic.
yep. Agree.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah. Four up rally for
Mm-hmm.
a lot of units is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So it turns out.
Did I tell you the game I played on TTS against it where I charged in with like a Scythe Karnoth unit and then I stroke and fade them? Which in hindsight I don't think I should have done, but whatever, live and learn.
Because then they get the rally.
Yeah. But I was just like afraid that like because everything would have been in range to charge the Karnoth hunters, and I
Oh,
thought I was
sure.
just going to lose them.
Mhm.
And I wasn't ready to. But then I saw how the army performed against the bow Karnoths, and I don't think I had much to fear.
Oh, did it not like do damage to them, or
It moved them after like 2.5 turns.
Oh,
But
okay.
so I should have just stayed there and held the point.
So they don't do damage against high save things.
Yeah, that
So
book's gonna struggle a ton against tie saves, I think.
okay, all right, that's interesting.
Which I think is a good spot for it because it's the high save thing that it would struggle
I mean,
against, right?
yeah. I mean, you didn't face off against Archeon though, right?
No, the list was it was the Strike Last Kitty, a Carcatrak, a guy on a horse, a sorcerer, a unit of knights, 2 units of 10 warriors, Varangard chosen.
That's right. Okay, yeah. So I think my thought is that Archeon's going to be a bit more of a buster for high save stuff,
Yeah, with the Ren
especially
2.
with the with he's got multiple Ren 2 weapons and he has the potential to insta kill.
Yeah.
Yada yada. Though not likely, not nearly as likely as before either.
And I'm thinking
Um,
Idolator might be a way better command trait than we thought. Because if high saves are a problem, this thing gives you curse. Because it makes
that's
you a
true.
priest, right?
Yep.
So there might be a lot of more play with that too to get around it.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm
Um,
excited for the book quite a bit.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'll have to take a closer look at all the options available there.
Yeah. And when we get your book, we could snap some
Yeah.
pictures and yeah, because I think we missed a lot
Oh yeah.
for the leaks. But you know what? That's not what we're talking about today. Today we're going to talk about the new Battlescroll.
Yes.
Yeah, Battlescroll
Got some
Gallet
exciting
the
things on there.
second. Yeah,
The second,
the Revengeing. Yeah.
the Revengeing. I
Yeah.
like it. You should change the stream name to that.
The thumbnail says that already.
The Revengeing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep. So I thought of it. But all
I
right.
didn't notice that the first time,
Mhm.
obviously.
That's okay. But yeah. Do you want to? So we got a lot of FAQs to the side of it too, and most of them have relevant information.
Oh, that's cool.
And then there's one like the Flesh Eater Court where, like, as far as I could tell, the errata is the exact same wording on one of the spells as the spell already says.
You can't find any difference whatsoever.
I didn't look super hard, but I know what the spell does. It's the Spectral Host,
Hmm.
and it like you make some things fly, and if you roll
It's
well enough, yeah,
it's got to be some like really minor loophole in wording or
yeah,
something.
exactly,
Where when you read it for the first time in the book, you were like, "Oh, it does this," and that was the logical thing. But someone was like, "Oh, but what about this weird thing?"
yeah,
It's probably something like that, if I was to guess.
mm-hmm. And I omitted some of them for that kind of reasoning,
Yep.
but there's one I wanted to show off in the corn one. That's basically like, do you have to spend points to spend blood tithe points? And the answer is yes. Like, where did?
You know, what's funny is it doesn't actually really say anywhere, and I thought of that at one point, but I was like, "Don't be stupid."
Yeah,
But yeah, it doesn't actually really say it.
it's like, yeah, what edge swinging are we going here? Oh yeah, so it doesn't. So it's not even edge swinging. It's just like an error in the typing.
Yeah.
That's so funny, actually.
'Cause it's like I don't remember why I thought that. There's reading if I was to read it again, I'd be like, oh yeah, I can squint my eyes and see that like I don't have to spend points or something.
Yeah, but we all know that's nonsense, and you absolutely do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and it took like Nagash over a year to get his FAQ on like his very real, like hard to interpret thing
Yep.
about how it works with rally and whatever.
Oh, did he finally get it?
He finally got it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
but like, do I have to spend points on Blood Tithe to use Blood Tithe? Like, a fucking course you do.
So
Like,
what
why
I
is
think
that one
okay,
immediately? Yeah.
if I remember right, so they removed the wording. So it used to be that when you do this, you reset your points to 0.
Yeah.
And they
Oh.
removed that wording. And so now it's like now there was nothing that actually like specifically said like
Okay.
hey, you have to spend the points or whatever. I
All
think
right.
that's
I guess words is
honestly.
written. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Silly though.
Oh yeah. Silly for sure.
Yeah. All right. You want to jump right into it?
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. Let me just pull up the page. And what's All right. I guess it's October because it's October like 30th when this came. Like the very end
Okay.
of October. I
Yep.
said November. I lied. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, what a liar!
Wow. All right. I'm reviewing it in November. There we go. So Purple Sun changed in the way that Purple Sun did in that like little FAQ, where
Yep,
it's
that
not
makes
like the auto kill and things with a lot of wounds. They just reiterated it here, so that's fine.
Yep.
Um, and then you'll notice that a lot of these were in the old one. They decided just to add the new stuff on top of the old one, and then put the purple or the pink for we changed a rule here, which I
I think
like.
that. Yeah, I think that is a very good way of doing that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
because
because
when the hunt was
very
over, we
confusing
had no
otherwise.
idea, right?
Yeah,
They were like, "Is it over?" I think so.
I don't really know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I like this way a lot better.
Yep.
So kudos to you, always getting better. Order, we didn't get anything new, which that's probably fine. I think a lot of the order armies are in a pretty good spot anyway.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Chaos, Beast of Chaos. Actually, they saw a nerf, which is hilarious because they were like,
Freaking
you know,
wild.
the unplayable army, and then the White Dwarf skyrocketed them to the top. But
Yep.
also probably plus the new season. It's like I don't care about
Yeah, it's
bounty
probably a
hunters. My
combination.
shit's dead. I have double damage against you. Like yeah, because like they died anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Okay, so the changes. So remember the roar thing was like okay, on a 1-0, on a 2 to 5 you get one, and on a 6 you get D3 of them.
Yep.
All it is now is you roll a dice, and on a 3 up you get one.
That
And,
seems perfectly fine.
yeah, and like that didn't even like gimp it that hard.
Now,
It just took like the chance for it to spike up into like a huge amount away, which is honestly okay. I think
yeah,
that's
it
the
took
way
out
you and I
away
both.
some of the role.
Yeah, and I think you and I both prefer to play that way. Is like, oh, I just lost to like sixes. So
Yeah. Now that's always been like a the spike on sixes is weird in games.
yeah.
'Cause Warhammer. Yeah. Anyway, not the
Anyway,
point.
yeah, but no, like that's fine because like I think overall it's a very healthy change, and one that's not
Yep.
actually a huge impact on the army.
Hmm.
And you know, I think a lot of people are upset that like this wasn't enough of a hit to the army. But I have a feeling that like once bounty hunters and the Galatian veteran thing rotates, they're gonna go way down to the bottom, and I think that's what they're afraid of, like overhitting them and then putting them into a new season they don't benefit in.
Yeah, and then they have to like raise
Yeah,
them up again. Yeah.
yeah, because like
Yep.
the win
Exactly.
rates aren't necessarily how good the army is. It's how good the army is at taking this exam, which is the season we're in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. So I think they have to be a little conservative about it,
Yep.
which is fun. Yeah, and like the stuff that's clearly off kilter, and we'll get to that soon today. That's got to be addressed, but yeah, I think that's a great change overall. Grand Alliance Death, we didn't get anything new here. But Destruction, we got a couple things.
Yeah.
And this one's big. So it's the Cruel Boys. The Shaman basically can use the potion and cast a spell where before it had to choose one or the other. Which,
Thank goodness.
yeah, honestly, I think we talk a lot how interesting sometimes too, like a give and take is, or like
Yep.
opportunity cost. So it might be hypocritical to say like, oh, well, this shaman didn't need that. But the thing is like if you're not casting spells with your wizard for like an ability, it's not like a monster like, oh, he can move here, he can hold points, he can kill things in addition if he's giving up something, right? It's
Hmm.
just there's not like you give up 100% of its roll to give up its casting, right?
Yeah.
So I
I
don't think
mean, you
it's
could
as
maybe say
interesting.
like 70%, but I think it's
Sure.
still unbind or whatever. But like
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly. And so like and no other wizard in the game, I don't think. Maybe there's an example out there. If you have it, put it in the comments. I'd be curious, but I don't think anything else is like you have to choose this instead of casting.
I can't think of
I
anything
can't
off the
think of
top of my
anything
head.
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine that they don't have it. And it's like I think this is way bigger than it looks too because the Cruel Boy spell lore was actually like really good and just nobody saw it
Yeah.
because you were not casting to put potions down.
because the potions are generally better.
Yeah, exactly. Or like maybe they even weren't, and we just thought they were.
Yeah,
I
I mean
always
that's
thought that they
possible.
might be a trap, but I think yeah, because you have like a get rid of ward saves, which nobody cared about it when they had it, huh? There's like a reduced movement one. Like the War Scroll spell is like a +1 army wide to charges for you and -1 for your enemy. And like that was never cast. So I think we're about to see some changes for this army.
Yeah, it'll be good to see him be more competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially as like a starter army.
Yeah, Lord knows they need it.
Yeah. All right. And then Gloomspite gets so their changes if they have an Arachnarok Spider, if they have a Spider Fang General, the Arachnarok Spider with the War Party hitched on the back is Battle Line.
Ooh, that's gonna
Yeah.
make all the difference for them.
No, you're right. It's not. But like, it's fun, right?
Oh, sure.
And I like it. And I think before it was like a unit that like extremely struggled to have a point in this army.
Yeah.
And giving something conditional battle line, like, all right, it immediately has a point now.
Yeah, it has some point.
Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna be the most competitive thing that
No.
you could be doing, but hey, it's something. It's cute.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then that was it. Other than the points changes. All right. I don't know a ton about a lot of these armies that got changes. I'm gonna hope that they're big ones. So like Cities of Sigmar, like the War Beasts and the Dragons dropped in points. But like I remember the War Beast being like laughably bad, like the Hydra and the Charybdis. So that's probably not doing much. The Dragons with like their 5-up save and their 4-up save with the Night one. I don't think this is doing much for them either. Executioners are a maybe because I think you can give them like run and charge, and they can be a conditional battle line. So that might do something for them, but I don't know. I don't. Yeah, you probably
I don't
don't
know
know
much
either.
about them,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah,
Hmm.
I really have no idea.
Yeah. So
I'm just listening along.
okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh no, no, I meant it there because I was just listening along because I have no concept.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like they're monsters with like a 5-up save, and like mediocre, less than like a unit amount of damage worth of attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they need new War Scrolls more than points, but we'll see.
We're getting them soonish.
Yeah. Uh,
We've
They're
at least
coming.
been seeing the designs and stuff.
Yeah. I think that army's gonna look so sweet redesigned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. Let's see what else do we got. We have Seraphon, and all the stuff in Thunder Lizards went up. The Skink Priest went up 30 points, which is if all of our like wizards with a tiny bit of support are like 120 and 150 points. Why is there 70? Or
It was
90?
70.
It was 70 and then it went up to 90 and now it's 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
like there's no reason for that.
no. The thing is, I think they point it for like they take into account like how many like what their save is, how many wounds they have, what their attacks are like on a wizard, and it's like no, we
Yeah.
don't care about that.
Yeah, the differential on that is
Don't
worth
make us spend
maybe
points
5
on that.
points, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, if I'm paying any amount of points for my one more attack, I don't want it.
Yeah, it's like please just please just
Yeah, for the low
take the
ago.
attack away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then the two dinosaurs that never saw play dropped in points. And that's that's
There we go.
that's nice, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really all I have to say about that. I think most of the Thunder Lizards list have to drop their Saurus Guard unit, or like a unit in general. Which might be relevant. I don't think it's all the difference, but I think it's a step in the right direction for sure.
Sure. Yeah, you don't want to overcorrect either.
Yeah, and like it's not like they were like above 60 like they used to be.
Sure. Yeah.
So like you don't want to hit it too hard. It's just like these are the only lists where like the Thunder Lizards are the pure skink ones. So we hit the hero that was problematic. And then we hit the monsters that are like way too cheap for what they're doing.
Yep.
There we go. Oh, his shield came off. Sweet. That makes it easier to paint around.
Happy accident.
Yeah. I can just put it right back. Oh, it's a push fit. That's why. Okay.
Oh, that would do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Stormcast Eternals. And then, true mid-season fashion, or yeah, mid-edition fashion, they get a bunch of point drops.
Yep. Because their book
Yeah.
is out of date.
Yeah. Vanquishers. They went down 15 points, making them the cheapest battle line.
Ooh.
So I think that alone gives them purpose.
Yep.
And
Definitely does.
I never thought they were like terrible. Just like a little
They
expensive.
yeah, they were just like there was better things you could be doing for the points, I think. That's what
Yeah.
it always was.
Exactly.
Especially when they're not as good as save.
Yep. So they need to be a little cheaper.
Yep.
What else we have? We have Aventus Firestrike going down 40 points to 270.
Yeah, that thing has never been priced right.
Yeah, no. I remember you used to like him, but then he doesn't do much.
Yeah, but he doesn't do much, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times I just whiffed with everything was like, oh. This is
Yeah.
sad.
I think he just like his main thing is like the +1 to hit aura that he puts down when he moves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like a lot of points for that. And I'm sure it's
Yeah.
fine and like he's a good body with a decent save, but you know, yeah, he's probably more pointed correctly. But I still think you take the base Talron with like Master of Magic over this every time. I don't know.
Very well could be, yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
we'll see.
I liked running it back in the day, just because I enjoyed the model, mostly.
The model's sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then, let's see. Yeah, Knight Relictor went down 20 points, making it 210 or 120 rather, not 210. Jesus. That makes it have a point over the Lord Relictor that was only 5 points more and had like +1 to cast and it's just better.
Yeah,
in
it was
every
like
way.
way better. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't and this one and the Knight Relictor doesn't have a unique prayer, I don't think either.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really weird design decision.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's a little better now.
Yeah, and it has like an ignore prayer roll. I'm like, okay, I guess prayers are going to become more of a thing in this edition. Nope, not yet, at least. And when they are, they're not even aggressive prayers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe something's coming down the pipes that's scary.
We'll see.
We'll see. But the point of this now is if you're low on points, and you can't afford the Knight Relictor, you can bring, or if you can't afford the Lord Relictor, you can bring the Knight Relictor.
And you actually get a discount instead of just like,
Yeah,
5 points.
Mm-hmm. I knew of exactly one list that ran it before, and it was just because they would have been 5 points over.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. But like the 30-point gap is a little bit more reasonable.
Oh yeah.
For
definitely.
how much nothing this does compared to the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Easy enough. Yeah, Yandraste dropped 40 points.
That's exciting.
It is. I remember that was one of our really bad takes initially. We thought she was like insanely good.
Yep.
But it turns out 4 attacks isn't that great.
It's just not enough, right?
No matter how good those attacks are. So, oh well. But, you know what? Well, what? You can tell me.
Yeah, not no matter how good they are. But for how good she was.
Yeah, they could be ones and a million damage. Yeah, then I'll put
yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, that would make them great.
I could see it.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
But like at the same
actually
point cost, at the same point cost as Lord's like the Celestant Prime and Bastion Carthalos, she was definitely the worst of the 3.
Yeah.
So bringing her down a little bit, maybe not competitively, but I think casually will make her way more compelling.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's cool. Let's see, what's the next one? Karazai and Krondys both went down 50 points.
Ooh.
Which is exciting. I really like them. Yeah.
I may have to try that super buff boy list with Karzai again.
Oh yeah.
At some point.
That
was a fun list.
Yeah. You got 50 points back.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those things where like they're not insanely durable for their points. and their damage isn't that great, except for on like hordes or big
Yep.
units, right? So
Yep.
like 600 is probably a little too much, and I think we always said that.
Yeah.
550 I think is like probably the Goldilocks cost for them too. They do a
We'll see.
lot. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe a little lower, but not. I wouldn't say like 500. I think that's too low.
Yeah.
Let's see. Uh Annihilators with shields went down 20 points.
Yeah, they definitely need that.
Yeah, so great news. Will that put them into play? Maybe. That one's a hard maybe actually. Cuz like they have a role. And it's like a mobile I drop you down here, block the way. But there's units that do it better by killing. And like protectors I think are better at like that role too of just being unkillable. So,
I mean, do they have any mortal wound protection at all?
protectors or these guys?
The Annihilators.
No, unless you're in hammers and then
That's
everybody
right.
has the ward on the objective,
Yeah.
which is a very
But I mean,
common take for that reason.
oh, sure. But I mean, that makes them very susceptible to anything mortal wounds because like there's not a lot of wounds there for the amount of points they were.
Yeah, I agree. And this puts them at like the Ogre or Therodon level too, where they're like less damage, better save. They shouldn't be more points, I don't think. Well, it's a kind of a different role, even though the weapon profiles are very similar.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this makes them a little bit more compelling.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. And then Praetors going down 20 to 145. I've I've always liked bodyguard rules. This book doesn't super need them, I don't think. So I think you like
It's good. Heroes are pretty good on their own.
yeah, they're pretty good on their own. You run very light on heroes.
Yep.
I think the one thing that like these have over the normal bodyguards is that they can negate some of the damage coming in at them too.
Mhm.
But they have to pick a unit at the beginning of the game to bodyguard. So it's not like they
Yeah,
just
they can't just
protect
bodyguard
everybody.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So that makes them a lot harder of a choice to take, in my opinion. But 145, that's priced a little right. We'll see. I don't have faith in that one yet, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of these point changes won't make like a huge difference overall, but maybe.
Yeah.
It's like you might see them occasionally, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we probably don't have to dig as deep into these as we are.
Yeah, probably
We'll
not.
try to speed it up a little. Yeah, and Vigilers going down 25 points at one to making them 170 apiece. I think makes them extremely compelling.
Yep.
Yeah, because they didn't have quite the damage as the other ones, which could be battle line, and they were the same point cost. So I think, yeah, I think bringing him down a little bit actually gives him a roll. You can hit multiple things with +1, kind of save yourself on CP.
I think they had the problem where they were like, look, they can be in melee too. It's totally okay. We're gonna point them for that. And then you're like, no,
Yeah,
I don't want that.
exactly. And I guess it's kind of cool now that they are.
Yeah,
But
a little cheaper also, and can like kind of survive a little bit in melee.
yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, I think they're
definitely more
compelling now.
compelling.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's it for Stormcast. Great set of changes there, I think. Beasts of Chaos. The Cockatrice and the Dragon Ogres will both went up around 20 points. And I guess those are the units that were being spammed the most, so there you go.
Oh, it was the Dragon Ogres. Okay, for some
Yeah.
reason I thought it was a Dragon Ogre shard, but that wouldn't have made any sense. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's fine.
And then this one I'm not convinced it's gonna do it too much anymore. Like I guess it's good that the Dragon Ogre spam's dead, but I have a feeling they're gonna go into the Zangor lists in Beast of Chaos right now. Because like the glow up on Zangors makes them actually very compelling with the amount of attacks they have. That now just get Ren 2 for existing in the right army.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah.
It's funny how it's not. I don't know. So when I think of Beast of Chaos, I think of like the normal Gores and the Bestigores.
Yeah. And the
the worst
Algors, yeah.
doors, and yeah, and
Hmm.
the guys, I don't know, and they're like, what about these old resin models? Those are really good now. What about these Zangors that just got a buff in a different book, but we can use them?
Yeah.
Let's use those. It's just like, can we use like normal Beasts of Chaos models, please? That'd be
Maybe when
great.
they get their C tier book in the middle of
I know, right?
2024, right?
No, I wanted a B tier book.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah,
I'm kidding, but yeah.
I
Uh
know, I know.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what these changes do. But it
Yep,
kills one list, but I think just another list is gonna take over, so we'll see.
yep, we'll see.
The next one is Murgle. Or Hedonites of Slanesh. And yeah, all of them were points drops. Glutos went down 30, Demonites went down 20, Fiends went down 20, and Fiend Bloods, Slongor Fiend Bloods went down 20. And my honest answer
Whoa.
there is, I don't know. Those are all kind of crap units except for Glutos. And like moving a hero down some points isn't huge, but it's nice that they acknowledge that he's a little overcosted.
Yeah, the Slongors did not go down enough, still, I don't think.
No, they need a rewrite and an apology letter
They
in the
really
designer
do.
notes. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, I think that's like a 75 point unit.
They're so bad.
Yeah. But, you know, it's a step in the right direction.
What a cool model that they just fucking just didn't give rules worth a damn.
Yeah, they just wasted all of our times.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't understand. Oh,
Yeah, well, indeed. Next one, that's probably Magakin now. Yep, okay. So anything touched to the fly spam list went up in points. And also Bloab and Orgots went up in points because they were in like every fucking list. Which they should be because they were insanely good.
yeah.
So, cool. They didn't touch Blight Kings, which is nice. So,
I mean, that's good that they recognize that they don't have to nerf the whole damn army
yeah,
for
exactly.
specific problems, right?
Yep. So we're happy with that.
Yep.
Skaven got a lot of points drops. The Doom Wheel, the Deathmaster is a good point drop because at 165 he was definitely way too expensive for what he did. And at 145, like maybe. Screech Vermin King went on 20, which is I don't know. I always thought he was extremely worth his points, even when I did play him.
Hmm.
So him going down some points because nobody played him, I guess it's just because he's outshined by Thankful. But
Yeah, it could be.
I ran both of them a lot, so oh well.
Well, hey,
I'll
now
take
you
it.
get. Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Verminlord Corruptor and Warpseer went down 10 points each. Which, yeah, honestly, like, makes them a little bit more appealing to me, too. And I've always liked the Warpseer, and I think the Corruptor's fun. But, like, 350, like, he's much cheaper than the other ones, so that's cool.
Yep.
And then the Vermin Tide spell went down 20 points to 40. Which, that one's really big to me, because it's a giant base, so it's really good for, like, screening and blocking. And I have like 40 points left over in a list. A lot. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's like the normal Skaven player thing, but that's something I noticed with that army quite a bit. And it just slots right in and it's like one more screen. I don't know. I'm extremely compelled by that spell. I want to
We'll
try it
see.
in some lists, yeah, so
Yeah.
I think these were great changes for everything in that army overall. So I just play it more. Flesh Eater Courts, the Zombie Dragon and the Terrorgeist, not with the heroes on them, but the unmounted ones. They went down 20 points each.
I feel like they really needed something.
Yeah. 300's a little
Yeah.
much for them,
Yeah.
especially with like how killy everything is this edition,
Yeah.
which is fine. I don't know if that super helps them other than the fact that one of each of them is pretty close to what the Kron Spine is now. And so maybe you just take one of each instead of the Kron Spine, but I don't think so.
I think you still take the crossbow.
Yeah, because you get like the
Even
bonus
with
to
this.
cast, it's like actually an anvil.
That's true.
Yeah. And you want the D3 extra attack spell on your Terrorgeist, so I don't know. We'll see. I
Mhm.
could be wrong. Osiarch Bone Reapers. All right, this is exciting news to me. Yeah,
I know you were very excited when you saw that.
yeah, and like I don't know. I don't think this army is actually as bad as the numbers are showing it. I
Hmm.
think it's just that the whole lifetime of OBR, you relied on the crutch of the Mortek guard, which became like dumpstered in this new season. So the
Oh, for
army
sure,
struggled.
yeah.
Yeah, and I just think the innovations in that army weren't made, and like I can't like be smug about it either because I didn't really look into it until way later because I was too busy playing Night Haunt.
I mean,
And
that's fair.
yeah, then Bill Suzik made this list that went 5-0 with 18 stalkers, and it really changed the way I look at this entire army. And I think that unit was because I always brought like one unit of 9 stalkers, and I'm
Yep.
like, oh, if this thing dies, like, oh shit, I'm screwed. But if it lives, oh, I'm in a good spot. And then he opened my eye to the idea of why don't you just run two? You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I should run two. And then they got a ton of points drops where I get like an extra unit in all of my armies, basically. It's like,
So basically, what I'm hearing is someone figured out how to do it, and then but it was like a little bit later, and then GW was already like, "Oh, let's give him point drops," and it's like, "Oops."
yeah, I think it's like in a vacuum, like a great study of how like balancing by margins rather than like fully understanding the problems of the army,
Hmm.
like can lead to some not quite correct analysis. Because I don't know, like the stalkers, like I regularly deal like 54 damage to things,
Yeah,
like around that range. Like I had a game versus Nurgle, and even without bounty hunters, and I didn't even roll amazingly. They mulched an entire unit of Blight Kings. So I think a unit of 3 of them that's doing like 54 damage and also has like what 36 wounds re-rolling if you want them to.
so
Maybe
just
less than
quick note.
500 is cheap, too cheap for that. Yeah, go ahead.
So I was about to look at the points, but they're actually not on the screen.
Oh, they're not.
No, OCR is cut off.
Oh, there we go. Oops.
Yeah, I was just curious what the changes were exactly, and then
Yeah.
I couldn't find it.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully it shows up soon. Maybe I can make this a little fatter on the bottom. There we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, they dropped. I was
Yeah.
like, did Stalkers really get a like decrease in? Yeah, yep, they did.
Yeah. So they went down 20 points, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looks
yeah.
like 10,
Oh, yeah, it is 10. Okay.
but still,
So that unit's going to be a problem for a little bit, I think.
maybe is there something that just like in the current meta that like really takes them down?
I guess bounty hunters is a problem for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But like once they lose bonds of battle, they probably aren't going to be that compelling and that big of a group anymore. So maybe
Yeah,
that's
correct.
fine. Immortus Guard at 150, I think, are like an insane bargain because they're a 2-up bodyguard and they have a 3-up save base. So like,
That's pretty good.
yeah, and their damage is like really good, but a very low volume of attacks. Yeah, they're like threes, threes, Ren 2, 3 damage, 2 attacks each. So like,
Yeah, it's just
it's a little
not a
swingy.
lot,
It's not a
but
lot, but each one's
yeah,
like quality.
yeah.
And I just look at them like compared to Spirit Host, and their damage overall is better, just because of the rend and like the damage too. And like you can't bring them back like you can with Spirit Host, but I don't know. Death armies always want the bodyguards because they really rely on their heroes. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think that unit's extremely compelling. And like
You just-
Harbingers at like
Now that's the same kit, right?
yeah, it's the
As the
same kit.
Stalkers.
Yep.
Yeah. So you just need to buy like infinite of those.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I think the Morghast they were always like one of my favorite models. They're so cool. But I think at like 160 points, you have like 12 wounds on a 3-up save or a 4-up save, and they're flying, and their damage is like again like low volume of attacks, but each one's quality.
Yep.
I think they're going to be an excellent like harasser, like fly around the battlefield, grab out far points. like kind of screening almost unit.
And they have the 3d6 charge, right? Or something else. Like one version has that,
The
one version
Harbingers
has
have that, and the Arkai have the 5-up ward to mortal wounds.
5 forward to mortal wounds instead of the 3d6 charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one is a lot better, I think.
Seems like it.
Yeah. And like the mortal wound save is actually pretty cool. But
Yeah.
3d6 charge is very strong.
Yeah, right.
They're not equal points, in my opinion.
That's taking you places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? A great change points there. And then the Gothazar Harvester and the Mortek Crawler at 200 again, which is what they were before 3rd edition. So great. We went full
Did
circle.
they go? Oh, they went up for 3rd edition for
Yeah.
some reason?
Yeah. Because I made everything go up like 20%, remember?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Except for like Lumineths for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Soulblight Gravelords. The Beasties that went down in Flesh Eater Courts also went down 20 here. White King and White King on Steed went down 25 and 20 points respectively. Go lower. Still not running those yet.
Yeah.
They make Graveguard Battle Line, but in this season that's absolutely just a liability.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe next season, when that's not a liability, there'll be a use there.
God, it's so weird that they just messed that up so hard.
Yeah. Really
I still
is.
find it funny because it was like they were like, "Yep, this is all about bringing the little guys. That's what matters." And then they made something called Bounty Hunters, and everything got messed up.
Yeah.
And then it was like totally the opposite. So
yeah,
weird.
it's actually funny. Like I think most of us in our play group are in a Bounty Hunters and Expert Conquerors truce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you don't run them, I won't run them. And everyone's like, "Please, thank you." So that's hilarious.
Make this stuff actually matter.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I don't know. They were bold with it. I like that they tried it, but they can untry it now. It's all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's try something different.
Yeah.
Like
That's where
I'm not going to tell them don't try stuff because
Yeah.
you know
especially
they
with
get
like
stagnation and stuff.
yeah, especially with the season length that they are.
Yeah, exactly.
And if we hate them, we can just go away.
Yep.
Or just like wait a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it can be done now.
Yeah. I agree. Bloodseeker Palanquin went down 20 points. You're not going to run that because the Coven Throne exists in the same kit. And it's infinitely better. And Neferata went down 20 points for some reason, even though I think she's like one of the best units in that book. But I'll take it.
Apparently, people don't run her competitively. So there you go.
Yeah, ignoring negative modifiers to save. That's not good on your unit that can be a 2-up save. 30 wounds.
Yeah.
Okay, not good.
Not good.
Anyway.
Not good enough.
Yeah. Gloomspike gets everything went down a bunch. Anywhere from 10 to 25 points. Except for trolls, because I think trolls are actually like solid.
They're like the only thing getting wins.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you know what? Fine. I like it. I don't know enough about these changes to see if it's going to do anything for them.
Yeah.
My guess is probably not. And I think, I don't know, we're getting to the point, unfortunately, with this army where it's like going to be insanely expensive to collect. Or not even like necessarily expensive, but like, how many models do you have to have a 2K army with this book?
Oh yeah, just because they just keep decreasing the points.
Yeah.
And like they're not printing a new book.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I don't understand. They must be doing some serious rework on this book for it to not have dropped already.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. After the snub of the century.
Yeah, oh my god, was that the snub of the century?
Yeah.
It was like they set it all up and then we're like, haha.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there.
Lame.
But we'll see. Hopefully they're early next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even the end of this year, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's technically possible with what they've said.
They came out on Christmas. Or the week of Christmas when they came out, remember?
Only vaguely.
Yeah. They were like around at Christmas time, so maybe they're here for Christmas again too.
Yeah, that'll be the Red Gabo's gift to the
Gloomspike.
Mortal Realms.
Yeah. like playable goblins.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Famous last words as they just proceed to decimate everything with their
Yeah.
new book. And we're like, can these go away now?
And like their sub factions, like everything has a 2-up rally, and they can do it in combat. Like oops,
Exactly.
oops, 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 oops.
Oops, 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 we messed up.
Yeah.
People are like, nope, Gloomspider banned before the book even comes out because they're too good.
Yeah, don't joke about that. That's happened.
I know.
Yeah. Wrong game.
Where do you
Wrong
think the
game.
joke came
Yeah.
from?
Absolutely.
Wrong game, right company, though.
Right company. You're right. And then Orc War Clans. A lot of Cruel Boy stuff went down in points. And a lot of Orc War Clan stuff went up in points. Or Bone Splitters specifically. Bone Splitters were doing insanely well just because they were a very spammable army. In like the same space we were talking about like Gloomspite getting a problem. You just had like these units that were like, well, yeah, like 80 points, and you could just bring as much of them as you want, and like they had like random damage on them, and like they're an
so
army that extremely benefited from the Crown Spine too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were a force to be reckoned with. So they got a little bit of the nerfs, and then the Wargog Prophet, I have a staring contest with you until one of us dies rule. Yeah,
I don't remember that one.
Okay, so it's basically like I'm a Wargog Prophet, and I pick something in my hero phase within 12 inches of me. And I roll a dice, and on a 1 to 2, I take damage. And on a 3 to 4, you take mortal wounds. And I can repeat this as many times as I want until one of us is dead.
Oh.
It's fucking stupid.
Okay.
Yep.
That breaks a lot of concepts in the game, I feel like.
Yep.
Did you say 3 to 6 it does damage? Or you said 3 to 4, I think. Did you mean 3 to 6?
I meant 3 to 6, yeah.
Oh my god, so it can just reliably take down something twice its size?
Yeah.
Wow. Alright.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They're hard to position, sure, but like, I don't know. I don't like it.
Definitely wild.
Yeah, so that should go up. And then, yeah, the pigs, I guess, went up because that was like the most used unit in that book.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, the guys with the big sticks went up because they were so spammable.
That was just all stuff that just made sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
It's probably like, oh, like 4 of these are in 100% of the armies. And
yeah.
8 of them are in like 90%. So maybe we should make these more expensive.
Yeah, and they're winning.
Yep, and they're winning. Yeah, and Cruel Boys, Gut Rippers are 160, which, oh my god, they're okay now.
Hey, we got to okay status.
Yeah, we got to, like, I won't
Maybe.
be laughed off the playground for putting one in my army status. Yeah, so, okay, we'll see if that does a lot. It might. Yeah, the killer bows went down 20 points, which I guess that's fine. They didn't do anything much. The Gnash Tooth went down to 150 each, which I think makes them extremely compelling, with their 10 wounds and a 3-up save.
Mm-hmm.
When an army that doesn't have saves, so
didn't those start at like 200?
yeah.
Yeah, wow. They've come way down.
Yep. Yeah, they're just
Have I told you that if I was gonna start a destruction army, it would probably be Cruel Boys?
Me too, actually. You didn't tell me that,
yeah.
But I agree.
Because they look so cool, and I love the look of them, and they're so bad.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of okay for me. Like that they're like they can't be too bad, but like as long as they're like, you know, like not like everyone's complaining about them. It's like, oh, maybe I'll run them.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then I complain about them being bad later. Oh, it's a no-win situation here.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be compelling actually soon.
I'm like tempted to like go get like halves of Dominion that are like super super cheap on eBay.
Yeah.
For them, because I bet you they really are too.
I just want to paint like a vulture at one point.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That would be cool. I like the Gnash Tooth, honestly.
Gnash
That thing's
is
sweet
too, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, vultures went down, both of them, so that's awesome. The Sludge Rakers went down too. 25 and 30, respectively.
Oh, I love those too, honestly.
Yeah, they're great. Like, all the monsters in that army are so cool.
Yep.
But yeah, so all of that went down, so that's probably like a unit or two. that you're afforded in addition to your spells just being able to be cast. So I think they're gonna go back to mid tier.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Maybe back is the wrong adjective, but
Sure.
or word, yeah, but whatever. And then the last profile or points changes, pretty big ones. Kronspine went up 80 points.
Right.
Which probably isn't enough. We'll see. The way I see it, though, is like there's armies that were good that were taking it, like Tzeentch and Daughters of Cain.
Yep.
And the good armies probably aren't taking it now. And the armies that suck, like Gitz, probably are still taking it. Like Khorne's still probably taking it because it's like a really good anvil.
Yep.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great gesture, at least, to begin with. I'm probably still going to try it in Flesh Eater Courts once or twice. Because I didn't really.
Yeah, I haven't
that.
run it yet, but
Yeah. I just like it, I played against it with Nighthaunt, and I'm like, wow, this felt terrible.
Felt terrible to deal with.
Yeah. Well, it's just like it's very anti Nighthaunt too, just because it stops you from retreating at all.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Hilariously, Soulblight has a way of dealing with the Kronspine that's really annoying. There's a Coven Throne, and her spell is you pick a unit, and if you roll above something, I forget what it is, they can't fight the Coven Throne in combat. So you just like charge into it with just the Coven Throne, and then you make sure it can't fight.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it can't retreat because of its own rule.
Oh, it can't retreat either. Oh, wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
So just kind of lock it out of the game.
Yeah, exactly. And you can still issue the command ability, which is why you brought the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is hilarious. Beyond
measure
to me. So,
I mean, you might kill it accidentally.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even need to be worth it, and if you do, you're like, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun. Chronomantic Cogs went up 30 points to 70. Which is probably for the best, because every faction that gave me casting bonuses, I'm like, oh, it's not worth it, because I could just bring the Cogs for 40 points.
Right.
So, you know what? The Cogs going up to 70 makes it much less that.
Yeah, and more like I want to really do this.
Yeah.
Or I don't have another way to do this.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's great at that point.
Yeah.
I think it's still good at that point value. It's just not like for 40 points you get a free sub faction.
Yeah.
For 70 points you get a sub faction. Okay. Oh, Lock on the Soul Seeker went up 20 points. Sweet. That probably is fine. I like that spell in like Skaven, and I don't know if anybody else really ran it except for like Stormcast that wanted to carry evocators on a boat.
I'm sorry, what did you call it?
The Bringy Dingy.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Okay, all right. Sorry, I was very confused for a second.
I understand. Yeah, my mistake.
Oh, some Laotian or something.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck is that?
We're not talking about lunch, Alex. You're right. We're not. But at 50 points, I think that thing's still a bargain. So,
yeah,
great.
Probably. And it can still bring Thankful all around, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's rather bad.
Yeah, the like fucking nerf on it is just like put it on a larger base.
Yeah.
War scroll. Yeah. It's like the base
or just
reduce it. Sorry.
Or just like reduce the Bringy Dingy to 2 inches, wholly within 2 inches or something instead.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just like, oops.
Oh, that's kind of a funny way to handle that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thankwell and Surfboard is still a thing that you should be doing. And Purple Sun went up 20, of course. We already knew that one. But interestingly enough, that list that I brought to a tournament once was made illegal with the Purple Sun going up 20. But Neferata going down 20 made it legal again. So.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm going to run that again.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And then the final thing is the Umbral Spell Portal went up 10 for some reason.
Okay.
I wonder too, because on Warhammer Weekly they did this show already. This morning, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the guys was saying is like, my Tzeentch friend saying, all my lists are invalid now. Every single one of them.
Oh no,
So I wonder if
because they were
that's
spot on 2000, and then
yeah. I wonder if that was the intent,
might have been.
which is kind of
That's
hilarious that they had that foresight already. It's like they knew this point change was coming from like
well, of course
playtesting
they
the
did.
book. Yeah,
There's each.
yeah. Oh, I meant GW, right?
I know. That was just being silly.
Okay, that's fine. Being silly's allowed.
Are you sure? This is a very serious stream, Alex.
Yeah, you're right.
I really shouldn't do that.
Pack your bags, Bill. You're out of here.
All right, guys, watching.
Yeah, it's been real.
Yeah, subscribe now for taking over my role.
Oops. But yeah, that's the point changes that we have. Overall, fine, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't think anything
not
other
bad.
than like OCR and Cruel Boys was like army defining.
Yeah, I
I
definitely
think
think.
yeah, both of those are huge stocks now.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, that was it.
Okay, cool. Talk about core rules changes. So when you get a replacement, yeah, when you set up an identical unit, what does that mean? For like Stormcast, they have a call for aid, and I guess you're maybe that's the only instance of identical because I think the Slaves of Darkness is a replacement like Soul Blight. Yeah, because it's half the
Slight?
size, right?
It is half the
So it's a
size. Yeah.
replacement, yeah.
Okay.
So, unless otherwise stated, the replacement unit has the same number of models as the destroyed unit had at the start of the battle, is armed with the same weapons, and has the same battlefield role as the unit replaces. It's not considered as part of any battalion. The effects applied to the unit during the battle are not applied to the replacement unit. So that means it loses expert conquerors, which is kind of big for liberators.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, it's pretty much how we expected.
Yeah.
I thought identical would keep battalions, but whatever. That's the way they ruled it. I don't think it matters too much.
No.
Um, can a hero in reserve be picked to carry out a heroic action? No, of course not. Okay. If a hero unit has multiple models, do they carry out heroic action as a unit? They carry it out as a unit. Okay, we thought so. Okay.
Yep.
This one cracks me up. Can I pick a friendly unit to shoot even if it has no missile weapons? No. Who's asking this?
There's gotta be something, right?
Yeah. Okay, because you explained it to me to Corin because I'm just like, man, if this is the questions that like people are like, we need an FAQ for this. Like, humanity's over. We had a good run. It's done. Yeah. All right. God damn. That's terrible. But yeah, maybe there's a reason that makes sense, but like, of course not. That's how I could have told you that.
Yeah.
This one's cool. I knew it, but it's glad that it's answered here. So if you have a thing that lets you fight in tandem, and you're picking a unit with strike last, can you fight in tandem with it? Yeah. So you can bring
Ooh,
units out of strike last with the fight in tandem rule,
that's cool.
which gives it a lot of value, I think. So I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
Where it's normally just like kind of cute because like the foot hero like doesn't probably do a ton of damage, but like he can
Right.
rally them into like not striking last.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with the Slaves book, right? Is that you can get is like you can pull guys out of or you can pull guys into strike first as well.
Yep. So we're keeping it consistent too, so that's great.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that one. Wildwood terrain feature. Block endless spells or invocations in the same manner as they would block visibility between models. Yeah, it would block line of sight to the invocations and endless spells. Cool. Garrison units, yes, they do count as being on the battlefield for grand strategies and battle tactics. You can
That makes
target
sense.
them with abilities like Bastion's Lightning Bolt. And generals give you command points if they're in a garrison.
All those things make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I would have thought. But I guess technically they're not on the table, so
Yeah, I think that's a good set of FAQs, even though I think most of us just assumed that's the way it worked. But
yeah.
it's nice to see
But yeah,
that
it's,
written.
it's yeah, it's definitely good to see it. Yeah, I agree.
All right. So basically, you can they've changed a little bit of like heroic willpower. So like if you're a wizard, so it says a wizard can't do it, but it's basically saying if you already have an unbind, you can't use it to get an extra unbind. Because like Rune Lord has an unbind, but it's not a wizard, for example.
Oh, you can't use heroic willpower to get an additional one?
Yes, or an additional dispel. That one's weird to me.
That is weird.
Yeah, I don't super care about it, but I don't know why that's the way they ruled it. That's not how I thought it would be.
No, that
So,
seems very weird.
oh well. And then
Yeah.
this giant ass paragraph here, like this half page of text, is basically illustrating how like being targeted by a spell works exactly.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Okay.
and so like because like things like the Mirrorborn Banshees that have the aura of dispelling spells, and it basically like if a thing has two effects, you roll spell ignore for each effect, which is not how I thought it
Oh,
would have been too.
interesting.
Yeah,
No, I thought you would have just ignored all effects of the spell.
yeah, exactly.
So like with the purple sun, you roll to ignore
The
the
death and then the save. Yeah,
wow.
interesting, right?
Yeah, that's very weird.
Not how I thought it would have been.
And then that made me think, it's like, wait, does the rend actually affect it? Definitely it's worded that it affects the enemy unit, right? Decreases their save, doesn't increase the rend of
Yeah,
nearby friendly or something. Yeah, that's the only one that makes sense. Yeah.
exactly. And this one's weird to me too. Is uh, can a predatory endless spell remain stationary instead of moving? No. If a predatory endless spell is unable to move for any reason, it is treated as made a move for 0, and any abilities that trigger it after this endless spell still apply. But you don't have to move it its full distance, do you?
No, I don't think that's what that's saying.
Yeah.
I think it's just the question of, like, let's say my endless spell can't move for whatever reason because there's no place it can land, right?
Yeah.
And I have all my guys next to it, but I'm moving it, but it's gonna hurt my guys. Can I say it doesn't move for the purposes of like, like something, it's
Oh,
like
I see.
after it's moved,
Oh, so
right?
it has to do its effect, basically.
I think that's what that's trying to say.
Okay.
That's what it reads to me.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense to me. That would have been a cool designer note to have. But yeah, I agree. That
Yeah.
makes sense, actually. I like that then. You can affect your allies with a triumph. Uh, what does it mean to have fought for a grand strategy? Which mean it basically says that they have to be selected to have fought.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So that's the Daughters of Cain one, right?
Yep. Or I guess there's more than just the Daughters of Cain, but that's a big example. Yeah.
So
Bloodthirsty
basic.
Zealots is, yeah. Go ahead.
So actually, that makes the Daughters of Cain one way worse, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you charge in and kill a unit right off the bat, they automatically fail their grand strategy.
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's actually a huge difference.
I think that's a good change, even too.
Yeah, it at least gives some agency. Actually, it might even make that unplayable. I'll be honest.
Maybe. I guess it's like punishes your opponent for bringing a Kron Spine, because then you can't kill it, and they will all have fought.
Can't kill it.
Because like, it doesn't die until the end.
That's true. Well, no. The problem is if no. I'm saying
no. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that like. Yeah, because normally you can just wipe out a unit with one or two of your combats, and then your third one is just blue balled, and then you don't get the grand strat, right?
No, not at all. I'm saying if I charge you, right?
Yep.
Your Daughters of Cain.
Yep.
I charge you. I kill your unit. They were not selected to fight.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Got it. Okay.
Right?
Oh, okay. So even if it is my turn and I charge you with all my Daughters of Cain stuff, the first one fights and then you kill the third unit.
Yep.
I'm screwed.
That third unit never was selected to fight.
Yep. I wonder if that's how it always was, because I never really came across that situation, weirdly.
Yeah, I don't know. But I also think that we just assumed that, they got into combat, so they fought type of thing, right?
Yeah.
We just kind of assumed that it's like, as long as they were in combat, it counted.
But that's not
So
how
probably
it works.
didn't, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good change,
is-
I think. A good clarification, rather.
Yeah. Especially if they always intended to work that way, because like like the person I played with, that is Daughters of Cain, was like, yeah, I literally just get them into combat and look, I did it. Woo!
Okay,
It's like,
so
but no,
now
but
there's
not
counterplay,
exactly. Yeah, now there's
which
counterplay.
is good, even if it makes
Yes.
it a very difficult one to achieve.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Shooting.
Although it also makes it like a bookkeeping nightmare. But
Sure.
well.
Yeah. Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah, it's probably okay.
Shooting or fighting more than once. Some abilities allow a unit to shoot or fight more than once in the same phase. However, the effect of an ability cannot allow models in a unit to shoot or fight more than twice in the same phase. And if something, yeah. And this is an exception to the principle that the effects of the abilities take precedence over core rules. So it's just like making it super, super clear that units can only ever fight twice in a turn.
Yep.
No matter what.
No matter what.
That's good.
Now, does it say units?
Where?
So, my question is, you have a Khorne Berserker that can fight on death, right? But it's the model that fights on death. And so, let's say you were able to attack with them, then you somehow made them attack again. I don't know how you can do it in Khorne, but let's just pretend you can. If they're now killed, they're not being selected to fight again, so do they actually fight for a third time when they're dead?
I guess this didn't really answer that, huh?
I don't think so.
The answer is probably no.
Probably no.
Because I think what the intent here is you can only ever fight twice.
Yes. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. I don't think they worded it in such a way that it clarifies that.
Probably not. I don't think so,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. But,
That's okay.
yeah.
You just say it as the probably intended way and move on with life.
Yeah, exactly. And then, last thing is normal move. You cannot make a normal move there within 3 inches of an enemy unit. Okay, we knew that. Units cannot retreat if they're not wholly within 3 inches of an enemy unit. Okay?
No. I don't know if we knew that, right? For the purposes of the things that can make a normal move, like Blood Knights, right?
So, instead of...
Or do those specifically say?
Blood Knights
they say instead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Was there a Slaves to Darkness thing that did something similar? I feel like there was, right?
I think...
the Gorby's Chariots, right?
Yes.
Did they say the same thing?
I can bring it up real quick. I don't remember.
I don't either.
Yeah, okay, let me just finish this color.
Oh, of course.
But, yeah. So... Yeah, okay, it's just very specifically clarifying when these things can be done. Which I don't think matters most of the time. In this edge case,
but if
up, maybe.
it ever does, it's good to know. Yeah.
Gorby's Chariot. Oh, it's probably all cut up. Oops. Okay. If this unit made a charge move, then it can make a normal move and can even do so if it's within. Okay, so yes, it's a normal move, but it's clear it states an exception directly.
It's clearly okay that you can't. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good.
So okay, cool.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Clarification's fine. Fight. If an ability allows a single model to fight by letting a slain model fight before it's removed from play, first you can make a pile-in move with that model, and then you must make a combat attacks with that model. They must finish the pile-in moves in coherency with the rest of the unit. That part's new.
Yeah, that is definitely new.
Yeah.
Because you would think, oh, they're dying, so whatever, I'll just run them forward. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And like it just let you get in a little bit more attacks than you could previously, because you're like, oh, I'm just gonna run this asshole like way up the side.
Yeah.
And it let you get reach onto things that you normally wouldn't be able to get reach on too. Like if there's a hero there. Yeah. So it probably is a very edge case that this addresses, but it's a good one. It's good to have that.
Yeah.
There's another guy all done.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are getting done, if slowly.
Yeah. I think I'm painting Halberd Boy now.
You know, Alex, I think I decided I don't need 9 Varangard.
They're a chore to paint, right?
Oh my goodness.
Not a chore, but like an ordeal, I guess. It's like a journey.
Yeah,
you're a different person when you started that painting project than when you ended it.
Oh yeah. It's one of those things where it's like like in the lore, each of these is a full Chaos Lord, right?
Yeah.
And these models are like, this is a full Chaos Lord on Steed.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Paint 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably why they're 100. It's just like how much detail is in the printing press for them.
Honestly, I'm, after owning them, like, okay, I don't think these should be $100 for 3 still, but like, I kind of get why they are.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah. I understand it logistically.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I get it.
Yeah. I'm not happy about it, but I get it.
Yeah. All right. So that was the end of the core rules, and then we got the General's Handbook. We got a couple things here that were pretty good to have. Battle lines drawn. Can you remove a unit from the battlefield in order to garrison? Yes, you can. Rules as written, you can't garrison in that mission because it says you can't leave the battlefield for whatever reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
I guess I never thought about garrisoning in that one, and you couldn't do it
You couldn't
technically.
do it.
So yes, you can now,
Okay, that's cool.
which is
That's
good. Yep. All right. Expert Conquerors count as 3 models for the purposes of contesting a terrain feature. They do.
Oh!
I lost many points at tournaments because they didn't, but they do.
Wow.
So that
Okay.
changes a lot for me, actually.
Yeah.
And I think I even told you that too once.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I know. I
Yeah,
specifically
because like I
remember
got
it. Yeah.
screwed by that a lot too.
Yeah, because I was like counting out something where it was like, oh, and it's like, oh, he has this many balls. You were like, oh, no, he doesn't.
Yeah,
Because expert counters doesn't count. I think it didn't actually end up mattering at that point, but it was like something I was considering.
yeah. And I think you might have had to commit like a extra unit to it that you didn't want
Something
to.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but interestingly enough, and
Yeah.
that's the
How
way
about
that makes
that?
sense to me too. Even right?
Yeah, no, me too. Me
Yeah.
too. Yep.
Okay, cool. I like that one. Gaziger. So they added a designer note to this, basically saying. So remember when we were like, oh, well, I don't know how you rule on like a Mega Gargant or something that says it counts as more than one model, right?
Wait, say again?
So like when you're taking Gaziger and it says like it makes things count as half the model or half the unit
Oh,
size as
yeah.
far as
Yeah.
consisting, and we weren't sure
Yep.
the interaction with Gargants. So basically, is what this is saying is like you tally up how much the unit counts for, and if the unit
Mhm.
counts for 90, it counts for 45.
Perfect.
Yep. And so like
So it
expert
works
conquerors.
exactly how you would think it would work, but
Yeah.
they're clear about it. That's
Yep.
good. I like it when that's ends
Yeah,
up being the
and
case.
they made it the simplest interpretation of the rule too.
Yep.
Which is good.
Fantastic.
Yep. And then the last thing here is they added Arachnarok, the battle line thing, and they added a statement saying that you replace the Zangors in the Beast of Chaos book with the ones in the Zinch book,
Okay.
and give them
That
the
seems
correct
good.
keywords and stuff too.
Cool.
Good. Yeah. We all knew that
Did
was
they
happening.
leave out did they leave out Beast of Chaos on those war scrolls or something?
I'm almost certain they did.
They probably did.
Yeah. Oops. Again, I can check. I have the power here. Do we care about this enough?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm right here.
Make sure you don't grab the one from the box.
Yeah,
Might
they
be
didn't
different.
have Beast of Chaos on theirs. Yep,
They didn't?
they did not.
Oh my god.
So oops again.
Tisk tisk.
Yeah. All right. Now for the actual like books that got FAQs.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright.
So Osiarch Bone Reapers, they got one change to one of their war scrolls, and then there's one that's there's like a bunch of questions related to Nagash that all of the death ones got. So I guess we'll do the Nagash ones first because I've been waiting the longest for these.
Yep.
So, can Nagash use a Supreme Lord of the Undead ability to add one to the number of slain models that are returned when a unit using an ability that requires you to roll dice for each slain model in a unit? For example, Rally or the Death Rattle Skeleton Legion ability. Yes. So what this means is if you rally, you automatically get one guy back.
It's cool.
I like it.
Yep.
Funny that the rally question was an Osiarch Bone Reapers, but it's a little relevant. The other one too.
Because they can't do it.
Yeah. But they also said that you can't re-roll the dice for rally or the skeleton hordes, which I don't agree with, but whatever.
Why wouldn't you be able to? Just because they said no?
Just because they said no.
That's bizarre.
Well, because it's rolls to determine if models come back, not how many. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
I don't like it, but
Sure. I guess.
yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's a way to interpret it. That's how I feel. That feels like the facetious way, but like that's what they went with. Okay.
Yep.
This guy's 995 points, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, let's see what else did we get. So, if you did not successfully return models, you still add 1 to the amount of models that come back.
Oh, cool. So you always get one.
Yeah, you
No matter
always
what.
get one, which I like.
Yep.
Because
That's
like
fine.
a lot of the horses, and they're like, oh, you returned D3 wounds worth, and you roll like a 1 and a 2, and you get nothing.
Yeah.
Like at least Gash is like a contingency plan for this now.
Yep.
So A plus.
That was a good one, yeah.
Yeah. And so there's a lot. So like Invocations of Nagash has like the ruling. It's like where you can either heal a unit, certain amount of wounds, or bring back models. And the question basically is like, oh, can I let's say I have a dire wolf at like a wound left. Can I heal it 1 and then bring back a model? No. So if you're healing, you can't bring back models with it.
Right.
Which
I think that's how we thought it worked, but
that's how I thought it worked too. Yeah, so I'm fine with that. I think that's the correct interpretation anyway too.
Yeah. I mean, that is how it's written. Although
Yeah.
that's not always a good
Yeah, that's not always the
indication
best
of what.
indication. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the one FAQ thing they got was with the Gothazar Harvest. Oh, Protection of McGash actually got something too. After setting this model up, or if the model cannot be removed or set up from the battlefield on the spell. So if like it couldn't be set up anywhere, I guess before it kept its 5-up board and just couldn't be moved. So yeah, it's just saying even if you can't like teleport them somewhere else, they would still lose the 5-up board.
Okay.
Which whatever. That one's probably such a window case.
Yeah.
But this one, so change the Gothazar Harvester's first sentence to read: roll a dice each time a model is removed from play after being slain, within 3 inches of any model with this ability. So before
Oh, you can't double up anymore.
What do you mean?
Nope. It's that saying it's no double dipping. Like you can't have 2 Gothazar Harvesters to double roll.
Yeah. That's part of it too. Yeah, you can't double dip. But they made a mistake here.
Uh-oh.
So basically what this is, it's a roll to determine it's a roll for how many models come back. It's basically how it's worded. And it's 0 or 1 models.
Oh no! So Nagash just insta brings them all back.
Yep. So if you add 1, even if none of them came back, so basically whenever a model dies, on a 1 through 3 you get a model back. On a 4 through 6 you get 2 models back. Obviously that's dog shit. That's not.
That is dog shit. Yeah.
That's not staying. There's no world where that's okay.
Wait, hang on. Where is this one? I gotta read this.
Yeah.
Is it towards the end of the bottom of the page? I don't see that one.
Got this our Harvester one?
Yeah.
It just changes the first sentence. Yeah, it's towards the bottom of the page.
Oh, okay.
Go there.
Yeah, that was not. That's yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull up the whole thing actually because that's the meme list right now is Harvesters and Nagash. So, roll a dice each time a model is removed from play after being slain within 3 inches of any models with this ability. On a 4-up, you can pick 1 friendly Osiarch Bone Reaper unit within 6 inches of this model. If you do so, and the slain model has a... Oh, okay, so it doesn't work, actually. That's good.
So it is for if a model's coming back, not how many.
Yeah.
So you can reroll
it. On a 4-up. So basically on a 1 through 3, nothing happens. So nothing is triggering the Nagash ability. But on a 4-up, add this trigger, which would bring back a model.
Okay, so it is a roll to determine if someone comes back, so you can re-roll that roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense. Okay.
So they harvesters become a 4-up rerolling. Yeah.
Which, I mean, for Nagash is, well, he's 900 something points, like you'd like to say.
Yeah. I like to say it because it's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so all right, we settled that one. I get it now. But yeah, could you imagine a world where they oops that up?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did the internet think they did?
I thought they did.
Yeah.
Vince's show said they did too,
Huh.
which is like really funny. So I wonder if like I'm reading or I'm interpreting it wrong too. But I've been talking to like, a
Clearly,
couple TOs and they're like, "We don't think that's how it works," and also, no, you're not doing it.
yeah.
Like
Also,
I'm
no,
no, I'm
don't.
not doing it. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, not in an event anyway, but like in a tabletop game. Sure. Like, oh, this is my meme list, and I know you have the tools to take care of the harvesters,
Yeah,
which is
sure.
funny because they're not even that hard to take care of. They're only like 10 wounds with a 4-up save.
But you do need to get to them. Like,
Yeah, but if you have like bows,
yeah, sure.
you can move them. Yeah. So I wouldn't play them against slaves, right? That'd be a dick move. But like Zinch could probably blow that fucker off the map.
Yeah. And then it's just in the meantime, it's really funny just getting stupid amounts of guys back.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's the OBR one.
I think if there is even like one tournament that like allows that list to be a thing, like I feel like we'll get an errata for that, like real fast.
Yep.
Because that'll just do silly things probably.
Yeah, exactly. That deserves like an FAQ too. Of like, is that how it works? No, idiot.
Clearly that's not intended, but
Yeah.
the rules interactions are weird and
Yeah.
tough to see all of them, right?
Yeah, and like, there's no way in hell I would allow that at a tournament if I was hosting one.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't think many will either. Like, that's obviously silly.
Yeah, you put that right in the tournament pack. No. This
Yeah.
does not work. Don't try it.
Yeah.
I will not let you do it.
Yep. All right. So what's the next one I pulled up here? We got Night Hunt, I think. Yes. Okay. So we got the same 4 Nagash ones. All right. Can I use Mirrormore Banshee's Spell Eater ability to attempt to unbind a spell that does not specifically choose a unit to target, such as a spell with an aura ability, or a spell that causes all units within range to suffer mortal wounds? No.
Ooh,
That's big. And
Yep.
not at all what I thought they were going to say about that.
interesting.
Yep. Which makes Mirrormorns a lot less appealing to me. But they're
Yep.
still probably very good.
So now you have to be really careful with each spell. It's like, is this one of the ones that I can do it or I can't do it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't love that change, but
Yeah,
I'm not like violently against it either.
sure.
So if they attempt to dispel an endless spell, do the effects of that endless spell apply before it is dispelled? No. So I guess that's stuff like if you move into range of it, it does the effect. Like the interestingly enough, the Vermintide. So that's like a window case that was good to have an answer to.
Yep.
Alright. What's next? Enemy wizards cast a spell that allows them to pick several targets, such as Comet's Call, and they chose to be multiple targets wholly within 12 of the Mirrormore Banshees. Can I roll for the Spell Eater's ability once per targeted unit? No. You only roll once per spell cast, which goes against their FAQ of how targeting works. So, I don't get that one.
Well, no, the targeting one says if it doesn't pick a unit, right? But if that one selects multiple units specifically, then it would work.
I'm talking about like the core FAQ where they're saying like a spell with multiple effects, you roll separately for each effect.
Oh yeah.
But like, this one you roll once for the whole thing. Which one is it?
Depends if it's Mirror Banshees or not.
I hate that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, do the Mirror Banshees dispel the spell?
Yes. I don't know actually. I thought they did.
Not dispel. Unbind? No, is it dispel or unbind?
It's unbind.
I
Yeah.
can never remember. Unbind.
Let me
So
look.
if it unbinds, then that makes sense, I think. And if it's just ignoring the effect on a specific unit, then I would say it doesn't make sense.
That spell's unbound. Okay, so you're right. Okay, cool. That's fine then.
Okay, cool.
But that has a really interesting application of where he hits like one thing not in range and two things in range or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and you just dispel it, and then you save the guy like way over in like the other side of the board, right?
Yeah,
That's cool.
that is neat.
I totally 180'd on that, but I'm allowed to change my mind.
Yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of these, right?
Exactly.
We always
Yeah.
find things like that we didn't expect.
Yep. Sick. I like that a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
Kurlgast. Powered through excruciation was errata to be that they can't stack anymore.
All right.
All right.
Good.
I knew that was coming. About time.
That killed me so hard.
Yep.
The amount of damage I lost was a lot.
I almost think they should just like make it evergreen that an aura can't like you can't be affected by the same aura with the same name twice.
I could have sworn they did that, but maybe
Yeah.
not.
I feel like they should absolutely
Yeah.
do that. There's no
Yeah,
reason not to.
I really. The more I think about it, I really thought they did, but maybe that was like an errata in second edition that they just for some reason did not carry over.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. I don't know. You could be making it up because you just so in your heart believe that should be a thing.
That is entirely possible.
Yeah, and like it
I
should
will
be.
not rule that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, weird. But you know what? I don't bring two in a lot of lists anymore. I'll have like options, which is fine. I like options.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it still hits like the bulk of things, I feel like.
And it's
Just
gonna
not
matter a lot less once Bounty Hunters is gone too.
right. Yeah, because it won't be nearly as much damage 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
And they changed the wording on the spirit hosts bodyguard. And I think it's just to make it clearer that they can't take the ward save later. Yeah, so instead of making a ward roll for a wound or mortal wound, something like that, yeah. Okay, that's fine. The Kurlgast was the big one here, and the Mirmore Banshees had some cool implications.
Yep.
The Flesh Eater Court one, I think I talked about this one a little bit, but they changed the spell Spectral Host, and I have no idea what they did different there.
It's seemingly the same.
Yeah.
It had to be like very minor wording update.
Yeah.
Or very minor wording inconsistency or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to it real quick because it's right here. So, what does this one say? Oh, it's probably updated on the app already.
It probably is.
Yeah, never mind. Okay. Yeah, it's probably something that makes sense. But it probably works exactly the way that you thought it did. Lumineth Realm Lords. We got our FAQ here, so that's cool. That's the quickest we've ever seen one for those.
Yeah. So was there anything that we were unsure about? I can't remember.
In the Lumineth book?
Yeah.
Let's see, what did they address? Crippling Vertigo. Techless, cast a spell within range. The effect requires you to reroll, change, or replace. No. Oh, actually, one errata that I mentioned is that technically, Techless wouldn't be able to know any of the spells from the Lumineth lore because they didn't put his keyword there.
Oh.
So, he does now. They fixed it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but of course they did. Yeah, I think I mentioned that in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's fixed. Yeah, he could take his own spell lores.
Good.
Yeah, interestingly enough.
I don't think that was ever in question, but yeah.
No.
There we go.
All right. Okay, let's talk about these. Crippling Vertigo and Darkness of the Soul. Do I make 2 different rolls for 2d6 when that unit attempts to make a normal move or a charge move? Yes. So that's like stuff that shuts off movement. And yeah, you roll separately for each one. Is basically what it's saying. That's fine. Probably how we thought it would be too.
Yeah.
So if something forces you to re-roll a techless spell, it doesn't. So like something's like, oh, enemy wizards re-roll when they're in this range.
Techless is like, nah.
Yeah, because he just cast.
I get this value.
Yeah. I'm re-rolling my one-sided dice. Is what's
And
happening.
that side is 10.
Yes.
There you go.
Which is like a good clarification to have, but I think that's how everybody and their uncle would have interpreted that rule.
I thought that, yeah, I could have sworn that that exact thing actually existed in the old FAQ.
Yeah, probably did even.
Yeah.
Who am I to say? I didn't read that one. I did, but
Yeah, I mean
like
that is
I didn't
fair.
reread it.
Yeah, you
Like
didn't
a lot
go
of the
like
shit we
so
got
in
through
depth
it.
of
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't play it. I didn't need to, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good change or a good clarification.
Sure.
Can I pick the number of spells I pick for Teclis with the Archmage ability ever be increased or decreased? No. I guess that's good future proofing in case they said like you get a bonus spell or something.
Yeah, I guess. Because right now he just knows them all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like
Oh
being able
yeah.
to cast an extra one, so like you can't make it 5.
Okay,
Is
okay.
what it's saying. Yeah.
I misinterpreted. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is good.
Yeah. Good clarification. All right. The answer to the previous question is no. Then how does the effect that allow a wizard to cast an additional spell with Teclis work? Any effects that would allow Teclis to cast an additional spell are ignored. Okay, why is that 2 questions?
I don't. I'm pretty sure it was very clear from the previous one.
Yeah.
I think that one existed as well.
Yeah, probably.
These aren't. Okay, so I think these are actually, since they are the black ones, I think they're just still the same.
Okay, because it was updated to today. And I knew that
Okay.
lore of Hish problem was not a problem for Teclis before.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those are all the same.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually.
I think I just didn't update. Yeah.
Wow, that's funny being like, I never read this before as I'm reading it. Of course I didn't. Yeah. Oh well. Alright, let's move on then. Disciples of Zeech? This is probably the old one too. Oh, it said October of 2022's commentaries.
Or did in the Lumineth one?
Yeah, and this one too.
Huh.
So, you know what? It's probably the old one.
Yeah, you know what I wonder? I wonder if they left in the old commentary that they knew was still going to be a question.
Probably.
Because they didn't really want to put it in the book itself.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's just like too wordy.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet you they just left it. But since it's a new book, they said that, it's like, oh, this is all new.
I'm fine with that answer.
Yeah, I bet you that's what it is.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Let's see what we got here. Can I carry out Spell Eater's Curse more than once in the same turn? No. That's probably... Yeah, I don't know what the Corn Spell Eater's Curse is. Do you know what that one is?
Wait, the Villager Curse. What is that?
It's probably the Blood Tithe ability that lets you deny a spell.
Oh, you know what? It might be. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's saying that you can't use it more than once in a turn. Yeah.
Interesting.
And do I have to spend and lose a number of Blood Tithe points to use a reward from the Blood Tithe table, or to summon a unit using the Summon Demons of Corn? Yeah. You absolutely do. I guess there's the interpretation out there where it's like, oh, I have to spend them for the demons, but I don't have to spend them to use the ability. Kind of like how the Slanesh one works right now.
Or does it actually work like that?
Yeah, because it's like a passive that you get based on how many points you have.
Oh, okay.
And it might just be abilities that get unlocked for you.
Sure.
But yeah, no, you gotta spend the points. Okay. This one's not as goofy as I thought it was. Yeah, and I'm glad you changed my mind on that one too.
We did it.
Yeah, I was about to give up. But yeah, it makes sense. Oh. Carrigan Overlord's got a bunch of shit. And I have no idea what any of it really means. Oh, this is the Unleash Hell question that we asked at our tournament. If an enemy Carrigan Overlord Sky Vessel with a unit garrisoned in it finishes a charge move within 3 inches of a friendly unit, and there are no other enemies within 3 inches of that friendly unit, could that friendly unit still receive the Unleash Hell command ability to shoot at the charging Sky Vessel or the garrisoned unit? Yes.
That's very
So
interesting.
you get to do it.
It is funny because I actually found that errata in the app because it came out before before
Yeah.
that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that turns out that was brand new. That's actually very interesting.
That it was hanging out in the app for so long.
No, just the fact that like when we looked it up, it was actually like a brand new errata
Oh, okay.
that
Yeah.
and the question came up that day.
Actually, these
Like,
are out the 27th, I think.
okay, maybe not that day, but like, oh wait, oh you're saying it came out after? No, 27th. Yeah,
It was
what
a
was it? It
Thursday.
was
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so we
Yeah. So
looked
it
up.
was like
Yeah.
it was brand spanking new that actually happened to be there.
Yeah, actually, that
Yeah,
worked out perfectly.
yeah.
Hilariously enough. Yeah.
That exact situation came up for us.
Mm-hmm. And we just looked it up without knowing.
Yep.
That's so funny. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The collector command trait allows an additional hero to have an artifact if the general has an artifact. My subfaction requires the first artifact to receive to be one of the specified in the subfaction's ability. Could I give the additional artifact for my collector to my general and the subfaction artifact to the other hero? No. Okay. Weird.
That sucks.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
Change that to yes, please.
Yeah. Seriously.
As
Like,
somebody who
why?
never plays KO, even. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you
All
just
right.
make that make sense instead of being stupid and limiting
Yeah.
for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Arcana Ironclad Flying Transport. Change the final sentence. The second paragraph to models cannot contest objectives while garrisoning in a sky vessel. Why?
Hmm. That's
They
interesting.
can contest when they're in a fucking building, as of this FAQ too. Like they clearly said, okay, you can be in a building. You can be in your Deepkin little building. You can be in your like Flesh Eater Courts or your Lumineth contest, but KO can't.
That's bizarre.
Maybe because it teleports and they're just afraid of it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't like that. But yeah, you don't like it either. I take it, right?
What I think.
Nah, it just seems weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And yeah, the Arcanaut frigate got it too. Okay.
Yeah, that's really bizarre.
Yeah, and then they changed the battle tactic. Pick 3 friendly garrison units in the sky vessel. Complete this tactic at the end of the turn. Those units are all in the battlefield and not garrisoned wholly within enemy territory. All right. I don't know what
So
that
basically,
changed.
so you know what's funny is when I was listening to all the Garrison things, I was like, oh, the one thing that I think of that this applies to is KO. Okay, I'll think of it that way. And then this is all like, actually, no, it's the opposite here.
Yeah, for some reason.
It's so bizarre.
That's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
No,
That's really bizarre.
yeah. Okay.
God. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
good
guess.
job. Hope you feel good about yourself, GW.
Do not like.
Feel like a man as you push those poor dwarves around.
Yeah.
Okay. Auric Warclans. There's one change here. Other than the Swamp Collar change. So, can I use the Tireless Tracker battle trait to move the same unit multiple times? No. So what Tireless Tracker was, I think, it's the Bone Splitters one that lets you so let's say you have 10 models in your or 10 units in your army, you can pick 5 of them to do a pregame move. So this FAQ is asking is like, "Oh, can I just like stack all yeah, so it says like you target half of your army. Can I put all 5 of my stacks on one unit and move it 30 inches?
No,
Absolutely not. Yeah.
of course not.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah. Okay. I guess there's like an interpretation in the same way that you don't have to spend points for corn. But that's an edge case. Like that's a swing for the edges. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you can't
It's
do
like,
that.
oh, maybe they'll let me get away with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can, squint my eyes and see it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Gotta be true. Rules is written.
Skaven got a couple things too. So, reinforced unit Storm Fiends. Can I have one model equipped with a Grinder Fist and one model equipped with a Rattling Gun and Clubbing Bows? Or one equipped with a Doomflayer Gauntlets and Warplace Armor and one model equipped with Shot Gauntlets and Warplace Armor? Yes. So, I think what this is like trying to address is like, you know how like when you read the Stormfiend War Scroll, it's like this model can have option A or option B. This model can have option A or B, and this one can have A or B. I think it's just addressing that you don't have to pick A on all of them and B on the other, or like A or B on all of them. Does that make sense?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can
So
mix
you
and
can
match it, is what it's saying.
You can mix and match it how you thought you could.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It's good clarification. Yeah. That's how I thought it was, and I think that's how everybody in the world thought it was too. But
Yeah, but hey,
whatever.
I'll take it. We'll
Yeah.
take the clarification.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that.
Nope.
Unless they did what they did to the KO artifact thing, and they're like, no, you can't for some reason.
Can you imagine just like everyone being like, "Well, wait a second, I'm not buying more of these. Screw you."
Yep. Yeah, like this gun's just gonna pretend to be the other gun now.
Yeah, oh yeah, like 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so Ollie's 3 claw steps ahead. So after you pick a friendly Skaven unit to be your first unit to run in a phase and make a run roll for that unit, you can use this unmodified run roll in place of any other run rolls you made for Skaven. So the Skaven banner is +2 to runs. So you'd run with the first guy and you'd add the +2. So let's say you got like a 4. And then the next guy would add 6 and then his 2 to the banner. So it's just saying you take the dice roll, not the modifiers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't like speed them up
Yeah, exactly.
more.
Yeah. And when using the Knob-Bomb artifact of power on a terrain feature, does the terrain feature become impassable? No. So what the Knob-Bomb does, it's it's a once per game you turn a terrain piece into a Null, and one of the rules on the Null is impassable. So what do you do if you have units on top of a terrain piece that you make an impassable terrain piece, right?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so the answer is it doesn't become impassable.
Oh, okay, that checks out. That's
I
good.
like that answer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Can you imagine if they didn't do that and they're like, take them down and set them up, wholly within 3 inches of
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Or there's
That'd
a
be so
world where
annoying.
it's just like,
They're slain.
oh yeah, that would be terrible because that would just
Yeah.
make that thing insanely overpowered.
Yeah.
Or even if it was
Or
just like
just-
they're stuck there until the whole effect runs away.
Mhm.
That would be insanely overpowered too.
Yep.
So yeah, okay. So that's a good clarification.
Yep.
Happy all around. Stormcast Eternals. I think we got a couple here. So Lord Imperator, guided by lightning. So basically what it's saying is asking, so you know how he makes it so you can deep strike within 7?
Yeah.
They're asking, so like the question is like, can I put him in reserve, deep strike him, and then the next unit I straight strike that turn? Can that be within 7? Or more than 7 rather? And the answer is yes.
Okay.
Holy commands can be issued or received by unique units and allied units. If they have the necessary keywords, then yes.
Oh, that's cool.
I like it. Yeah, because like, I think a couple of them just say a unit. So it allows like a little bit of souping, but yeah. That's cool.
Sure.
Or the unique ones, I like that too.
As long as it doesn't like do anything too stupid, right?
Probably, yeah, I don't think so. I think give a unit runner charge once per game is the one that can be mixed in.
Oh, there you
Like
go.
that's
Okay.
good, but like it's not like
Yeah, it's probably not gonna break.
it's not like I'm double shooting with like I don't know, like I brought a Daughters of Cain snake unit or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's a good interpretation there.
Yep.
Totally within bounds. And then the last one is an errata with the endless spells where they added only Stormcast Eternal Wizards can attempt to summon this spell. Apparently that was
Oh, was
always
it
the
not
case.
that before?
Yeah, it was not that before. And people were bringing Slann as an ally in their Stormcast list to get the plus to cast on these endless spells. Just fucking hilarious.
I see.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we got one more, which is a hefty one, which is the Sylvaneth one. If a rule allows you to reroll a casting roll made for a Gnarl Root Wizard, and the first casting roll was affected by the Keepers of the Arcane ability, is this reroll also affected by Keepers of the Arcane? Yes. That's the +1 to cast if you're near a tree.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get to still have the +1 Of course, I would say it that way. But you don't get your bonuses to cast when you use the special reroll with Thankful. So, okay. It's good that the trees have it.
Yeah.
Allegion's ability, Strike and Fade. So basically, they reworded this very slightly, and there's a designer note down there. Basically, what it's specifying is you don't run away before things like the Stormcast Eternals exploding go off.
Oh,
You
interesting.
can't
Okay.
outrun like death effects.
Okay.
Or like when they die fight, you can't outrun it, which that's probably fair. I think I like that, right?
Yeah, that seems fine. That feels like it should be a core rule thing, though.
Yeah.
They should have done it on that side, so that like clarified the order in which things happen instead of
Yeah.
like just making it a specific rule here.
Even though like it only happens here right now.
Yeah.
But I mean that'd be future proofing it in a smart way. So yeah, I think you're right. That's my only critique of this rule. Alright. Spell Singer. You can no longer launch endless spells through the spell port or the trees. Which you could before.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, because you just get your shooting army, and then you launch a purple sun through the tree.
Yep.
And you shoot them dead. I'm fine with that rule change. Alright, Spell Singer. Yeah, oh yeah, I read that one. Okay. The Lancer's thrumming with life and the Revenant Seeker's thrumming with life. At the end of each phase, instead of at the end of combat, enemy models were slain by an attack made by this unit in that phase. You can heal all wounds allocated to that unit. Which, that one's interesting to me because they only have combat attacks, so, okay.
Yep.
And that's it.
We did it.
We did it. Overall,
Nothing too game changing, I don't think.
no.
Well, for the I think game changing for the the point decreases and stuff, and like I think Cruel Boys are gonna be something now.
I think Cruel Boys are going to be something, and I think OBR are going to be something.
Yeah, agree.
And I think
Yeah,
OBR were on the
agree.
cusp of something, and then they just got handed this wonderful gift.
Yeah, they were like, here you go.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. And I think Cruel Boys were like... Remember how I was always like, oh, I think Beasts are like almost there. They don't have like the punch.
Yeah.
I think Cruel Boys were like almost there, but they just don't have like the bodies.
Yep.
And like
now maybe they do.
Yeah, they got like an extra rule. And then like the swamp spell that reduces charge ranges, I think is going to be massive for them to always have that. Or just their spell lore in general. So, excellent changes for those regards. And I'm going to get into a game of OBRN tonight, actually, on TTS, so
Very nice.
I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Overall happy. And I think next week we'll be able to do the Ogre book.
Ooh, that'll be exciting.
I think so, yeah.
To be fair, I don't really know much about them, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know a little bit about them, and I know that their like foot infantry really suffered.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping that fixes it for them.
Yeah.
But then after that, I think we're done with like the lull of armies that I don't super care about. So I'm excited to see what's coming for next year.
We'll see soon.
Yeah.
Probably.
I hope we get a roadmap at like December time.
Yeah, do you think we're gonna get another book before the end of the year?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah,
I think we'll get the Slaves book like official before the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, actually.
Yeah.
And
We'll get that. I wasn't counting that.
Yeah.
So
Slan reigns supreme. He sure does. Wearing his no points changes very comfortably.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's it for tonight. We'll do ogres soon. I'm excited for that.